You know the Indian flag, the Tiranga. But what if I told you it wasn't always the one we know today? Hold on, what? You mean there were different ones? Oh yeah, it changed, it evolved more times than you'd think. It changed a grand total of 6 times.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. 6? Are you serious? How is that even possible? Why would it change so much? Because every single flag tells a piece of the story of how India became India. Let's dive in.
Okay, so our journey starts way back, over 100 years ago. This was a time when whispers of revolution were in the air, you know? People were just starting to dream of a new, unified identity. And these were the very first experiments in creating a symbol for that dream. The very first unofficial flag went up in 1906 in Kolkata. It had 3 stripes, green, yellow, and red. A pretty powerful statement for the time.
Okay, so was that it? Did that one stick around?
Oh, not even close. The story was literally just beginning. Then, just a year later, a new version appeared. It was unfurled by an amazing revolutionary, Madame Bhikaji Cama. But the really shocking part is where she raised it.
Okay, where?
In Stuttgart, Germany. Wait, Germany? So you're telling me the first time an Indian flag was raised internationally, it wasn't even in India? No way. That is absolutely wild.
All right, the next part of this story gets complicated. It's a chapter filled with conflict, and not just with the British, but also within India itself. The next flag was a perfect symbol of that confusion.
So in 1917, during what was called the Home Rule movement, this flag popped up. It had symbols representing Hindu and Muslim communities, which made sense. But then, right in the corner, was the British Union Jack. Hold on. The British flag? On an Indian freedom flag? That makes 0 sense.
I know, it sounds crazy, but you have to remember, the politics back then were super complex. The goal of the Home Rule movement wasn't total independence, not yet. It was about gaining the right to govern themselves while still being part of the British Empire. So the flag, well, it showed that very messy reality.
But all that confusion actually led to a massive turning point. It was time for a clearer vision, and that's when 2 incredibly important people enter our story. Pingali Venkayya and, of course, Mahatma Gandhi. They were about to create something new. So this man, Pingali Venkayya, he comes up with a design. It's got 2 colors, red for Hindus and green for Muslims. He takes this idea to Gandhi, but Gandhi thought something was missing.
He added the white stripe, didn't he, for peace and all the other communities?
You got it. He added the white, and then, right in the middle, he put the Chakra, the spinning wheel, to represent progress and the idea that India could stand on its own feet. Now, this design was a huge leap forward, a real game changer. But the story wasn't over just yet. The next version, which came out in 1931, well, this one's gonna look really familiar. We see the final colors emerge. Saffron for courage, white for peace, and green for growth. The colors of today's flag. And right there in the middle, you still had the Chakra.
Whoa, okay, that's it. That's basically the flag. We're so close now.
But wait, if it was so close, what was wrong with the spinning wheel? I mean, it seems like a pretty powerful symbol. Why did they change that one last thing? And to answer that, we have to go to the most important moment in India's modern history. The year is 1947. A nation is about to be born, and with it, its final official flag, the Tiranga. The Chakra, the spinning wheel, was replaced with the Ashoka chakra. It's an ancient symbol, also called the Wheel of Law, and it was chosen to represent this idea of dharma, of righteousness, and universal truth.
And you see those 24 spokes on the wheel? Each one represents an hour of the day. It's a powerful message that a nation must always be in motion, always progressing. Because in movement there is life, and in standing still there is death. It's a call to always, always move forward.
Wow, what a journey. That's incredible. But the story isn't quite over yet. You think you know the flag now? I've got a few more facts for you that are absolutely going to blow your mind. Ready? Okay, first up. Did you know the flag can only, and I mean only, be made from a special material called khadi? Yeah, it's a type of hand-spun, hand-woven cloth. Reactor. That Ashoka chakra in the middle? That's not just a random design.
It's taken directly from the lion capital of Ashoka, an ancient sculpture that's also the national emblem of India. How cool is that?
And for the last one, you can't just do whatever you want with the flag. Oh no, there's an entire law, a whole rule book called the Flag Code of India that lays out exactly how to use it and show it respect. Seriously.
So you see, from those first messy experiments, through symbols of conflict and confusion, to a final unified vision of courage, peace, and growth. This was never just about a flag. It's the entire story of India's journey to freedom, woven into cloth.
So now that you know its incredible story, its long and winding journey, I guess there's only one question left to ask. What does the flag mean to you?